Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to Fallout New Vegas. So, we found Nipton, and inside of one of Nipton's houses, we have found a repair bench and we have found um, a reloading bench. But Nipton itself has been burnt down to the ground by the Legion. And then we have some people that, let's see if we can find any of them, have been hung up. Now, I was thinking mercy killing them, because when you get up to them, it says that they're nearly dead and trying to take them down would kill them. But then it occurred to me, this game in particular, why is that guy playing? What is he fighting? I mean, seriously, what is he fighting? The fire? Oh, there's like a rad scorpion. Ooh. Interesting. Let's go see what this guy is saying. He's just standing on the edge of the town running away.
Yeah! Who won the lottery? I did! Smell that air! Couldn't you just drink it like booze?
So the lottery was who doesn't get killed, and I guess the Legionnaires, the Legion actually did let one person survive.
Are you kidding me? Never felt better. Yeah! What lottery? The lottery! That's what lottery! Are you stupid? Only lottery that matters. Oh my god, smell that air!
So basically the lottery was, they made up this idea that whoever's number didn't come up, it wouldn't be brutally killed by the Legion, and I guess one person.
Powder ganger? What? I mean, yeah, it used to be, sure. But not no more. Powder gang is small time, man. I'm a winner! I won the motherfucking lottery!
And so,
Bye.
a regular lottery, boy, that's a loud footsteps. A regular lottery isn't that much different, frankly. Sounds like somebody's shooting, actually. Though, in that there's one person that may benefit greatly from it, but overall, the vast majority of people are going to suffer from the existence of the lottery, because the false hope there is going to lead to people spending money on lottery tickets they can't afford. So, don't want to really just grab a bunch of stuff. Want to be kind of careful as far as what items I get. The vast majority of all the items in these Fallout games and Bethesda games are pointless garbage until you have a schematic or something, and that's really what I need. I need to find a way to get more crafting schematics, otherwise the vast majority of this is just going to be useless always. A lot of this crafting material is just too heavy to carry around. So yeah, my thought about the crucified people is that maybe I would get my medicine up as a stat, and by turning up the medicine stat, I would be able to actually save the people on the crucifix. And maybe I should just come back to this area later and see if that's what happens. Then we have another character.
What is it this time? I don't know. I just love it here. What the fuck do you think, asshole? Prize
Still
for
too much
second
cussing.
place was I got to live, but they beat my fucking legs with hammers. I'm fucking crippled, get it? Then you're a fucking dream come true, ain't you? How much you gonna give me? Big fucking deal. Hand it over.
So he was the second place of the lottery.
Luck, that's how. I'm just that fucking lucky. You're looking at the second place winner of the Nipton lottery. That asshole Swanick took first place, so him they let walk. It ain't like we came to Nipton to play it. Me and my crew had it worked out to kidnap some NCR troopers who come to town to get laid. Had it all worked out with the scumbag mayor. We were gonna ransom them off, keep their weapons for ourselves, a nice score.
See, and that feels like that may have been an encounter you could have had, but it also may just be a case that was never really going to happen.
We get in position, and next thing we know, we're surrounded by those fucking Legion freaks. They dragged us and everybody else into the center of town. And that asshole with a dog on his head, he starts talking about how we're bad people. He said we needed to be punished for what we did. Not all of us, but some of us. And then he gives everyone a fucking lottery ticket. What do you think? He started drawing tickets and that's how people got punished. First up was the lucky losers. They got decapitated. Guess that's lucky cause it's pretty quick. Then came the crucifixions. God damn, but those went on and on and on. Third place runners-up got enslaved. I got the fuck beat out of my legs, and the winner, they let go free. Him? When his ticket came up, they burned him alive on a pile of tires. Yeah, a bunch of those Legion fucks dragged him off right away. They were headed east, if you're feeling heroic. Don't act like you'd be doing me a favor. I don't give a fuck. The Legion happened, but the fuck's it look like?
So now we have another quest.
Like what? Bye.
So we could potentially rescue the captives. Let's see if we have any other medics to give him, because my companion may have some. Alright. There are mods to just go ahead and let you win at lockpicking automatically. And there is an argument after the second or third time you've played a Fallout game to just use those mods. Just to save yourself some time. It would be removing one of the secondary gameplay mechanics of the game, but it's not particularly a good gameplay mechanic. Let's see. Just take everything out of that safe. Then I assume that this is just a bathroom. But maybe they were... Wow, I don't know. If there's some visual storytelling of them maybe making alcohol in it. So let's see, we'll scroll down there and see if we have any medics. Seems like the answer to that is no. So I don't think we can do anything more. So the assumption here is, did we go in this building? I think we did. Is there anything really to investigate back around here? Yeah, that's a big problem of all this too, is that there's... Let's see. Apparently we're in combat. Now we aren't in combat. Okay. And see, I think I would have to probably take a bunch of my food resources that this guy has. Let's just try that. Open his inventory. Take all the aid stuff and just see what we can cook. The hope here is that it'll give me some experience. But it didn't. And literally that was only one thing I could cook. So that was pointless. Let's see. I'm putting some stuff in here that really shouldn't be in the inventory. Alright, whatever, that's filled up his inventory. That's all I was really trying to do. So the cooking mechanic, the reloading station mechanic, the hoarding mechanic, we knew already didn't work. The repair mechanic kind of works. The searching mechanic in this game is kind of broken. As far as I can feel, it also seems to me like we may be... The map itself seems weird in that this map, you would think north was north and that New Vegas would be Las Vegas. But they're implying that the state line to California is here going this way from Nevada. Of course, those signs may have been moved around and California and Nevada's borders may have changed. Then we have this Mojave Drive-In side quest to do, and then if we were to switch to this quest, it wants to take us that way. What we need to do is fast travel to the Mojave outpost first, if we're going to do anything. Yeah. And yeah, the local map only helps so far. I'm still not sure if my companion is just completely capable of firing lasers without using any bullets at all, or if I just handed him a bunch of E-cells or some other kind of bullet, electronic bullet, that he is burning through, killing creatures. Although it kind of doesn't really matter because he is doing a pretty good job of killing things, and I'm still getting the reward for him killing things, so I've figured out the system as far as repairing clothing, and so picking up clothing and then merging one half durability piece of clothing into another durability, a higher durability of clothing, is done through the menu. Did we go in here? It's gonna be rather impossible to be certain if I have gone into certain places or not. one of the things with the Fallout TV series, which I haven't been talking too much about it because there really isn't that much of a comparison, is that they haven't, in a good, timely manner, released any new content that would have better cross-promoted the Fallout games. They've released content, yes, but it's been a disastrous, a pretty disastrous launch, and it definitely isn't going to convince people to play like Fallout 4 or Fallout 76 in the long run, in my opinion. It's just convincing some people to play it, probably in a fairly short run. Oh, there's just a whole cage here. There's a whole cage of scorpions. Interesting. We have a locked refrigerator. That's something different. I do not believe I ever saw a locked refrigerator in Fallout 3, so that does take it to a different direction. Here we have something I can't pick. My lockpicking skills. Still trying to get that to level up. Declaration of Vital Essence. No added. Declaration of Vital Essence. Let's see if we can find that under miscellaneous. Or it might even be under aid. Miscellaneous here. So I have no idea what that really was all about. I tried to skim that. So there is a bomb here. And a tripwire bomb that I couldn't have done anything with. And that's not a trap. Alright, there we go. So you can disarm mines. Yeah. Nothing in the desk, and yet the desk is locked. Nothing in that, and yet it's locked. Alright, so we gotta level up. Lockpick up to 50 is an obvious one. Science up to 50 might be an obvious one. Medicine, I think there might be an argument to give more to medicine. Still not really a great reason to go up in barter or any of these other weapons. Speech up to 50. You really just don't use speech often enough. Whereas lockpicking is always going to be hacking computers, and lockpicking is always going to be lockpicking. Okay. And that didn't give me a perk, which I was hoping that was going to give me a perk. I also said I was going to investigate whether increasing my special skills would be the right move at this point, and I didn't actually investigate that yet. Alright, so I guess maybe the tripwire was the thing that would have opened this. It's the only thing I could guess. And let's just go ahead and sleep in a bed. That will, I believe, fix my limbs. Yep. So one of these things was something we couldn't lockpick before, and now we can. Get little bits of XP where we can. So yeah, my thought is maybe I could get a health ability that would save these few people and gave me some karma. Mercy killing these characters is not giving me karma anyways, so there's no real reason to do that. I definitely don't need their outfits, which is all I imagine they are going to have. And yeah, there is a small logical reason to grab things now when it's not stealing, for fear that this village would just get full of new people and then it would be stealing once again. And you'd start to lose karma. Not as many TVs in this, in New Vegas. We'll just find a place to put some things. Probably will want to drop off items in refrigerators. If I was going to drop it off anywhere. Okay. What do we want? See, and you can't repair items here. So like this Legion recruit armor, which weighs 12, is the one thing I could just repair, and then my inventory would be back down to 199. But I have to go to a completely different menu to do that. It's really inefficient. Pretty obviously inefficient. Let's see. If I picked that up, I'd be over encumbered, and that was the one guy I did mercy kill. I didn't lose karma for killing him, even though he was a green, and that he was highlighted in green as not hostile, which that just confuses the karma system, I think, even more. I think I may have already... Yeah, that looks like that would be harvestable, but... Nope. I think we may have already been in here, but maybe not. Let's find some other stuff. Unfortunately, a big part of this game is way too much of it is on the idea. It's funny, you never actually see iguanas in the game. a big part of this is just translating heavy things into light things so that you have some form of tradable items that you can carry around and trade with the next trader that you run into that might have caps. But it's pretty easy to exhaust the entirety of all the caps in the world. Okay. So let's look at the local map. Yeah, I think we've done everything here. So we'll fast travel here. We'll report in. We'll trade. Let's see. Traveling merchant.
Hey there, need anything?
Yeah.
Sure, here's what I got.
Okay. So what first thing I need to do actually is talk to this guy. And then we'll just take everything we've got here from him. We still don't have a house, so yeah, I wouldn't want to just try and have one of everything in my inventory, or in a house. There clearly needs to be like a mod that would work for that and make that easier, so that you could have like a checklist of have you ever picked this
Hey
up?
there, need anything?
Or we'll put this on
Sure,
display.
here's what I got.
Okay. So the first thing we would probably think about doing is, I think some of the, if not all of this, is stuff I sold to him. So we can buy Hydra, we can buy Jet, we can buy MedX, buy Mintats, because all of those are weightless. Then miscellaneous. A laser sight here for a massive amount. Let's think about buying that and see if we can really pull that off. Gunrunner's Arsenal may very well be DLC stuff. And then if we just buy a whole bunch of bullets, I think that will put us into massive debt. Let's see, weapons wise, value of 100, and then yeah, I probably don't want any of these things, but this 6,000, this 4,000 here, weapons would be very, very powerful. And then outfit wise, we can repair outfits. Okay, so now the question is, can we really afford any of this? And the move there is to sell anything of heavy value, particularly if it is fairly worthless stuff. I assume this dinosaur toy may be something you're supposed to take to somebody. And we just don't have any crafting ability right now, so the hope is if anything we sell right now is of any real value, we can get it back later. But a lot of this stuff we kind of know is easy to replace. Sensor modules, scrap metal, things like that probably shouldn't sell. But I think I'm still going to do it. Okay. So let's start with weapons now. I don't think we need to hold a 9mm pistol around. See. I guess the question would come down to what do I want to hold and what do I want to repair? And try and use repair skills on to increase the value of things. Or is it better to sell things individually? It's probably better to sell things individually than it is to repair things. Plus we're already in that menu. So yeah. Is it worth even carrying the binoculars since you're really never going to use them? Yeah, I don't think it is. Frag mine will sell. Frag grenades will sell. This uses grenades, so we'll sell that one. Not getting anywhere close to selling enough things yet. So these are fairly low level outfits anyways. The armor is about the only one that would make sense. Alright, let's start selling things we're never really going to use. Sell all that big horner meat. Sell Brahmin steak. Sell rock flour. This is just too much. It really is just too much stuff. Way too much to have to go through all of this and sort through it all. Slightly different sound effects when you sell drinks. Still isn't getting me anywhere though. Is that because we have What am I buying that's so incredibly expensive? It's got to be the ammo. Yeah, get rid of the mini nukes as an expense. And I don't think there'd ever be a good reason to sell ammo. Okay, so let's just go through this list and figure out what's so expensive. Well, first of all, the laser sight, obviously, too expensive. There. And then cards, we still want to get all of those. And then the Power Fist Chrome Tubes is too expensive. Okay. So then at that point, we can get rid of, like, probably pre-war money is the one to get rid of first of all. And then if I get rid of things like that, that'll be out of the way. We don't really care about the drugs at all, so. I was just picking things. Don't care particularly about the varmint rifle. Okay, so we only have a couple more things to hide. I'm gonna pick just like 13 and then maybe another 5, then maybe another 3. Okay, that's just like perfect. That's way too much time doing all of that, but that should have cleaned out my inventory fairly nicely. Where are we on the weight? Still perhaps not in the best position. We can scroll down here and see if we have a single gun to repair. Maintain. Yeah, we want to do these things. Still, we want to repair things because I think that gives me some skills. And I should just probably read this big book of science now, but I'm not willing to. Oh, and I guess there are hotkeys I could set to certain items. Let's see if we can set our gun to that then. So, well, mod is left bump. We don't have any mods. And that's not a mod to Fallout New Vegas. That's just a mod of the gun. Oh. And so you can mod things on the D-pad in an 8-way directional state. Let's see if that works. Sort of. But there is no center click on the newer, on the D-pad. There's never been a center click on the D-pad. So it's no center click and in 8 ways. And then getting in the top left would still be kind of hard to do.
Hey there.
So that's just a mercenary. Well, that still has me have a lot of inventory space being taken up, but whatever. I'll become over encumbered and I'll throw it into Eddie. There's no other shopkeeper.
You check out the Nipton Town Hall yet? Smoke trail's not getting any shorter.
Let's see. Nipton was attacked by the Legion.
Legion this far west? You're fucking kidding me. That's not outside the border. They're moving in, and fast. Nipton wasn't the most friendly town, but... Alright, thanks for checking on that. Wish it set my mind at ease. Now I'm more on edge than ever. In Nipton? Hell no. Town was a shithole, asking to be burned. Just not by Legion. Nobody deserves that. Well, thanks for hoofing it there and back, even if it was bad news. Wish we could spare the troops to go hunting, but orders are to stay put. Fucking Mojave's going to hell, and all I can do is sit here and watch.
That gives me 100 XP for turning in that quest. Let's talk to her and see if maybe she'll give us
Thanks
another
for the
quest.
assist. Wish others around here had your drive.
No. No. So, my next thought would be this quest. Where was this quest supposed to go and take me? Apparently, as far as we can see some visual glitching over there. Here. Just pop in and pop out of entire mountains. I don't get what the quest here is. Spread word of the Legion's atrocities. Must be this guy.
Hello. Heard
Oh,
you
it
helped
is.
out Jackson. Thanks for that. Caravans are still waiting for clearance to move out, but at least there's movement.
So we'll tell him. Attack him. Let's not side with the Legion.
What? There's no way. We're miles from the Colorado. They aren't even waiting for the dam to fall. They're already inside the borders. We'll never stop them. Not at this rate. We're doomed. Thanks for bringing the word. Even if the news is bad, I'll let the men know.
So another 150 XP for turning that in. So this was a good side trip. And so I want to do this Midnight Science featurette, which I suspect this could be like straight up Aliens. There was an Aliens DLC side element. Let's see. So I'm gonna hotkey this one. Oh no. Apparently up on the D-pad means something else. So I'll hotkey that one. And I don't even have a varmint rifle, so I need to pick one of those up at some point too. And see, I just don't think I'd ever try for that, because in the heat of battle I would never be able to get at an angle like that. Right. So we'll just have this gun out. And we'll take the physical journey from this point to the drive-in theater. And yeah. Now, if this is the Alien DLC, I'm encountering it just because it is more realistic that that's how players would encounter it. They would walk by it and they would enter upon it, and almost every player of Fallout New Vegas would own the DLC, I would think, because the price is now right, certainly for purchasing all the DLC. And frankly, it probably should just be integrated into the main game with some options to turn it on and off. Night Stalkers. These, I assume, are like jackals. Remember, we have the kill camera off, and it's still doing these kill cams. I'm wondering if, since these are new characters, they weren't in Fallout 3, if these have been programmed specifically so their brains don't explode. Let's see, let's use some aid while we're out here too. We will go ahead and just drink all the sunset sarsaparillas we have on us and see if that works for us. Morning Star Caravan. See, this definitely feels like this should be a cave, and it is a cave, which makes me wonder, have there been other caves that I've just missed and not realized that you could enter them? Because in Fallout 3 usually there was a element of indication there that there was a door, like usually there'd be some kind of barrier, I guess is what I'm trying to say. You'd see a piece of metal or something. I do just question whether this is going to be a big dungeon like you might see in Skyrim, or whether this may just be a somewhat small cave. You have a den mother. We're getting all this Night Stalker blood, and I would have thought Night Stalker blood would have been some kind of vampire or something. You have a very gory looking corpse here. A whole bunch of corpses. Night Stalker egg. Yeah. While this game does have like a local map, it doesn't have a heads-up display of the local map. And I am over encumbered. No big surprise there. So let's see how this goes. Repair this with that. Repair that with that. Really, all I have to do is look on the left side and see if something lights up and says repair or maintain. Nothing would say repair under aid. I don't think anything would ever say repair under any of these others. Okay. Local map does confirm that this is here. So Now it's just going to come down to giving a whole bunch of armor to our companion, and then I don't even know if it's worth spending too much time handing over other items. Alright, that's probably good enough. So, if the Midnight movie is like the Fallout 3 Alien DLC section, well, in that you got abducted by aliens, you got all of your items taken away from you, and you basically started over, with the exception that your levels wouldn't have started over. So, we can see some ragdoll physics glitching. Yeah. And I imagine most of this game is still very much just balancing out to... I see some red things here, some bad guys, but they seem like they are maybe over the hill. Just rad scorpions. And we can see an airplane. And this was the more of a deserty place. I wonder really if the game is also going to reset itself, and what areas where there once were red scorpions may just have death claws in them later on. Golden gecko. That sounds unique. Young golden gecko. Ooh. Something is giving me high radiation. Yeah, plus 13 rads per second. That's a lot. And so it may be a case that either being attacked by the golden geckos radiates you a lot higher than I thought it might, or there's something about his laser fires when they start fires. Causing radiation. I can just see the body is rolling over and ragdolling. There's a hole about rock we just happened to find. Not anything amazing there, so unless this Crescent Canyon is a place where we're going to come back later. That's one radiation per second. Alright, let's hope. Nope, this is increasing very quickly. So there was a point in Fallout 3 where if you went and a certain direction on the map, it was just going to... I'm getting quite a lot of XP from killing these guys. You would just gain more and more radiation, and you would very quickly die because you weren't supposed to enter in that section that way. Now, I think the way the bar is showing things, though, kind of highlights where your total radiation would be. Yeah. Notice how it kind of goes black and white. You now have radiation poisoning, visit a doctor or take Rydo to lower your radiation. You can also protect yourself ahead of time with Rad-X to increase your radiation resistance. So we have low-level radiation poisoning, which, yeah, we probably should address some of that. I wonder if we even would have had anything that would have reduced radiation. No. So I have like one Rad-X to reduce radiation by 37 right now. The other thing I guess I want to check is the map here. Are we going to get out of this section, or are we trapped now and too far to turn around? Probably not too far to turn around. This is different though from Fallout 3, because in Fallout 3 you got 4 or 5 steps into an area and the radiation was already too much. And then, yeah, there is a possibility certainly that I missed something while running through that crescent canyon. I would assume that this is probably it. Close to the end of it. This all kind of has a never-ending story vibe to it, with the big statues. Crescent Canyon East. Okay. And then discovering things. Okay. Let's deal with this. I guess we could fast travel to these locations now, if we needed to. So we'll use the Rad-X. Don't think... I don't think there's anything else that would help. And then stim packs to heal, and then food. Let's see if we can just get rid of bitter drink. Let's see if that might be good enough. I think that'll be good enough for now. Our radiation still should be higher than 0, but eventually we'll just find some Rad-X and it won't be a problem there. I guess there was a bridge here and the train fell off the bridge. The bridge collapsed. So let's go and investigate that. I'm kind of hoping there isn't just an Alien DLC that's exactly the same as the Alien DLC in Fallout 3. It's kind of pointless to do the same thing, but yeah. there was a highway bridge there. But it also, I imagine, would be really disappointing to people. So this is east. There may be a way to get up there. I'm not even sure where my companion is. And that's always a danger. Certainly is that our companion could engage in battle with somebody and you not even see it, and then either the companion dies or the companion aggroes a bunch of NPC characters, getting them to chase after you. Yeah, there is this whole element, certainly, where this may lead to another quest and a whole different thing. If this isn't aliens, then somebody's probably trying to send some kind of message. Yep. That definitely seems like a message that's trying to be sent. Let's not approach. Is this some kind of... Yeah, this is a satellite. Which I am not 100% familiar with where the space race really went in the Fallout canon. At a certain point, there's probably some loose joke canon that everything in Starfield is in the same universe as Fallout, and people just left Earth and don't know what happened to Earth after the fact. So yeah, you have a satellite, it looks like, projecting this, and so that does scream space, that does scream aliens to me. But all we can really do is activate it and see what happens. So let's see what happens. Let's see. So it says, the crash satellite seems to be the source of the strange transmission you received. Old World Blues is recommended for experienced couriers level 15+. You have a premonition that while you will be you'll be unable to return to the Mojave until you solve this mystery of the Big Empty, you will be able to take everything you can carry with you, and you will be able to return to the Big Empty anytime after completing Old World Blues. If you're up to the challenge and have all you want to carry with you, enemies examine the satellite a little closer. The atomic wonders of science awaits. So let's leave it alone. The game itself is telling me not to do this right now, and so I will believe it and not do it right now. No, I don't have any indication here, that my rads are actually really high. I didn't realize they were that high. Oh, because RadX just gives you rad resistance. You need rad away, which I guess I don't have any. Okay. So the game itself, though, is telling me not to go that way. Then let's go rescue the captives and investigate that. We will remember to fast travel in this direction later. I could also just end the episode here, but no, I'm feeling good. There's just going to be some inconsistency on the number of episodes that get made or the length of episodes. This quest may turn out to be a lot longer than I suspect it will be, but may also just be a case where we're going to go shoot a bunch of people. Noticeably, we still are not really seeing a lot of that. Let's just go up this hill and see what's on the other side of this hill. If there's anything that can be seen. Yeah. I assume you're either just going to hit a wall, or they're going to tell you that the outer edges of an area is too irradiated and you can't go any further in that direction. Yeah, I would assume that that is the end of the map, basically. Or something close to that. Yeah. And this is where it really doesn't make any sense at all. You have this made-up city called Nipton. I am facing west, and it's saying welcome to California, which would imply that Nipton is in California going this way, and would imply on the map that everything is actually California this way, and that New Vegas is right on the edge of California, which I do not believe is the case. I think Las Vegas in the real world is in the middle of Nevada. When you look on the other side here, it's saying welcome to Nevada, the Silver State, which would imply that Nevada is east and the map is east, but this way is east, and this way is west, and this way is north, and this way is south. But none of that really makes sense as far as the scale of things. Of course, the borders could change. The borders could have always been different because the Fallout history and timeline is only loosely similar to what the real world timeline is. Alright. Am I going in the right direction? Guess we are. Todd Howard, the main guy in charge of making all the decisions as far as what happens to the Bethesda games, Skyrim, Elder Scrolls, and Starfield and Fallout, has been taking more interviews lately to kind of cross-promote, and in his cross-promoting, he's being fairly consistent with... Yeah, this flashlight's not helping at all. It definitely feels like these caves are supposed to have more in them. But maybe that's where the vaults are going to happen. Maybe there's just going to be like a big earthquake where vaults open up for the first time. That would make some sense. That would be nice if the world was very transitional. No, that's not the word. If you could walk anywhere on the map and be fairly safe, and then as you level up, the map transitions to being more challenging with more things to do, that would explain and work well with here we have a Viper gunslinger. They are red, but I have not engaged with Viper gunslingers before, so we really don't have a beef with them yet. Now we do. Is it worth even shooting at these guys with that large of a distance between them? Or should I just wait until they start to run and you have at least a 1 in out of every 3 shot chance of hitting them? There we go. Level up. So we have 16 points to assign here. I think getting speech to 50 might be the right move, just because that's always something that's going to just pop up and surprise you. Then medicine up to 30, and then 1 the guns. Alright, and now becomes the big question. What is new? Carrying 50 more pounds of equipment would be very nice, but I don't think I really want that. Let's see. Imperialist, sneering imperialist. I don't think we want that. More ammunition in containers than more than normal. Quick draw is not necessary. Increased accuracy might be useful. Yeah. What's funny is, at least in Fallout 3, you get these bloody mess and the gory things, but then when you have the cannibal ability, they don't really animate the cannibal action. Alright. So I think I want to just take intensive training. And then when I hit done here, I'm going to just bring up my intelligence, which would give me more skill points. Yeah. And then I think that probably corrects something. And honestly, I probably should just try to get intelligence to 10 out of 10 to begin with, because I don't know where the snow globe or bobblehead would even be that would bump up intelligence from a 9 to a 10. And I imagine it is literally just one snow globe or bobblehead at most that would bump up intelligence from a 9 or a 10. And so I'm still not sure, however, whether it's the right move to read this one book, but it weighs too much, really, so let's just read it. Unarmed was now increased by 4 as far as my, well, actually that's fine. Then, because that's just changing things overall. Notice my lockpick now is at 52. It's getting some kind of bonus. Medicine is at 32. So I got like 2 extra points by increasing my intelligence by 1. Which does point out that you shouldn't increase it too fast, and there's now, I guess, an argument to increase barter maybe to 50 and then start to put a lot more into guns, but playing on very easy doesn't really make a lot of sense. I could try and increase my survival and cook more things at the campfire, but I'm probably just never going to do that. Yeah, if you're sneaking, you can get automatic critical hits, but that doesn't get you more experience, I don't believe. Right. See, Med-X is damage resistance. Still need Rat away. not really necessary to get on top of a hill. Well, there might be reasons, though. Yeah, that's the question, is that there might just be a cave or even a little alcove. Yeah, I almost completely walked past that without recognizing it. A way too long list. In a modern game, you probably would like to have the option just to auto cook things as soon as you walk up to a campfire. Just cook all as an option. But what that means really is that I personally am coming from the assumption that cooking will never actually be a fun secondary game mechanic that I'd want to engage with, in the same way that somebody might make the argument to have a mod that would auto lockpick. There is just fairly high desires amongst a subset of players to eliminate the time-wasting, grindy elements in Fallout games and a lot of games, older games. And it's even a bigger issue. Searchlight, no back. Do we want to get distracted and investigate that? Not right now. But yeah, my in Japanese RPGs in particular, that's all about the grind, and that's definitely not what I want. So traveling merchant, mercenary. Let's talk to one traveling merchant.
Anything? Sure. Here's what I got.
We probably don't want to buy too much from this guy. We probably don't have that much to sell either. There's a lot of gun mods. Way more than I would have thought would have been available. Does he have any 10mm bullets? Guess that's probably what I should buy. We have some cards. And probably duplicate cards are still things you want to buy, because I don't know how this caravan game actually plays. So having duplicate cards of quality and yeah, we'll just sell this and we'll just sell that, and that's almost everything we have. And sell frag mine and sell that. Sell that. Let's see if we've got anything of small value. There we go. Yeah. And then let's talk to this other traveling merchant.
Hey there, need anything?
And see if she's got any
Sure.
different inventory.
Here's what I got.
Yes, she does. just going through everything probably is the smarter move. So yeah, I don't know if one of the DLCs here is actively just trying to have you engage more with modifying guns because they don't have anything else to make the game last longer. That definitely feels like a very Bethesda concept, to say the least, is to just encourage the player to find their own fun, effectively, by modifying guns instead of actually playing. Okay. Should I get rid of any of this golden gecko stuff, or should I hold on to that? I have too many magazines, and it's not like I'm really reading the Salesman Weekly before. Yeah, probably shouldn't sell Nuka-Colas. I would have thought I would have had something bigger that I could have sold. Okay. Yeah, okay. Let's see if we can find something now that's just 60 that I'm willing to get rid of. Legion recruit armor. Feels like if I could wear that, it would tell me to wear that. See, I don't know if Night Stalker Blood or Night Stalker Tail is something we need to keep a hold of. Probably don't. Alright, that's a good enough trade. So there we have a lot. You can see how these guys are fairly herky-jerky in their animation as they're walking from one spot to the other. Who's this?
Hey there.
I guess he was just following along. There's some new Night Stalkers. Now, noticeably, they still are not like one-hit kills on these creatures, even on very easy, and that's probably a very good thing, because if these were one-hit kills, then let it all in to put your one. Here we go, we're hearing a shootout, so let's pretend like we can run and run in this direction. We have a Legion raiding camp, and
Awe. Watch yourself, profligate.
let's just see if we can negotiate.
Hold your tongue, wastrel.
So, here's the Legion raid camp. Quest was rescue the captives. The question, I guess, becomes how. There's a lot of resources here, but very little of which actually is useful. So I wonder if that was just a caravan running across maybe some animals or something. Okay, well, let's see. There's 2 people there. There's camps here that would be stealing. Put lockers here. So it's either play dress up. Still nothing that I can actually cook. Yeah. It's either play dress up and yeah, that's another example of just like randomly wandering creatures and then having NPCs react to randomly wandering creatures, where I think I would just prefer the game to be more scripted, and for a region like this to just be programmed where creatures would not spawn or travel to, so that this is always a safe thing. The danger with the randomization is that if you just wait long enough, you may come back and find that a Night Stalker has just killed these people. Okay, we'll play a little dress up. You've equipped faction armor. Faction armor disguises you as a member of the faction. Members of the faction consider you a friend, while enemies of that faction will attack you on sight regardless of your personal faction relationship with them. Any reputation changes that occur while wearing faction armor still affect your character. Security personnel such as guards and watchdogs will see through your disguise and alert anyone nearby, so watch out. So, let's see if this guy talks.
The bodies of beggars and cowards fill Nelson streets now.
Nelson. Okay. I'm seeing some red dots over here. I imagine this is just more Night Stalkers or something. Right, well. Yeah, this just doesn't feel to me like this is the right way to do this stuff. My armored vault jumpsuit, by the way, lightweight, is in pretty poor condition, so probably needs to be repaired, and I probably don't have enough vault jumpsuits to repair it, and I probably won't run into enough light jumpsuits. Yeah. So you're really left with nothing here. It's just rescue the captives. How are we going to do that? Well, I guess we're going to do this. I guess we could come out of this mode and do a little save scumming and just see, just in case this turns out badly. That should kill that guy.
Kill to my name. You like that?
Like, almost certainly this is where that was going to go anyways. I don't like how desaturated the kill cams are now. And I thought that was because of radiation, but I'm not 100% sure. So maybe there was just a way to talk to this guy. Or maybe I could have just untied him. That gave me 200 XP for doing that. These guys are now marked as green again. And yet it still would be stealing. Yeah. Just fix the moral system. That would be the number one thing I'd like to see this game address, is just let me take things from people I've already murdered. Since I'm not being punished for murdering people, why am I being punished for stealing from them? Why is it in this universe that the video game thinks stealing is worse than murder? Like, when murder effectively is stealing the life and the potential of someone completely. Let's see. What am I wearing as far as items and apparel? We're still using the Legion Recruit armor. Yeah. So now I have like a really high condition Legion Recruit armor. And we can, I guess, maybe repair other things while we're at it. And go ahead and repair other guns if we can. Our minor radiation poisoning still a problem, and not something we can really fix without going to a doctor. Okay. So the main story is head to Novak through Nipton, which would send us this way towards Novak and the Gibson scrapyard. The secondary story also is also head to Novak. So everything really is putting us down to Novak, since we know all of this is DLC and they want us to be at a higher level. And even level 15 minimum is probably too low. I question if we will be able to do a second intensive training. We killed those 2 Caesar's legions. Apparently nobody is going to report that, however. Seems like we're also neutral with the NCR, which seems a little odd. We are in idolized status with Goodsprings, but it's just not really a good reason to fast travel back to Goodsprings. We could certainly do it. It would be easy enough to just fast travel here and have like the doctor heal you up and start. We're probably about approaching 10 hours, a little less than 10 hours into this game so far, and my assumption is that this would be a 60+ hour game, but the feeling of it so far actually doesn't really seem to apply to that, unless it is a case that there's just a whole nother section behind all these walls and these mountains, and we're going to start eventually just traveling through this whole section. This may just be map that you don't actually ever encounter or engage with. I imagine there's maybe a vault here and something big there, but that might be one of 2 vaults in the entire game. Seems like this is the Hoover Dam and the Colorado River, so there's a decent chance that everything on this side also is not playable. Decent chance that a lot of this over here is not playable. So yeah, this could be a much shorter game than I would have thought. Yeah. And I am very much in the opinion that we're going to side with the NCR, even if they are perhaps a little bit overbearing, trying to be imperialists and trying to force independent cities into being part of their new California Republic. They definitely are less brutal than the Legion, and I just wouldn't have a lot of faith that the Legion would eventually evolve into a nicer form of governments than the NCR would. Like, it feels like the NCR wants to have that appearance of having justice in it, whereas the Legion's idea of justice is very much more of a might makes right mentality, or more of a almost religious theocracy type way of running things. Yeah. It still is weird that we've gotten this far, and I just don't feel like there's been a big reveal or big twist of anything. And maybe this is a problem both with Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas, even though people often do sing the praises of Fallout New Vegas for having more interesting characters and perhaps slightly better storyline quests. What might really be the case is that there's just too much noise, too many missions that didn't really matter and didn't really go anywhere in Fallout 3 to drown out the high quality levels and missions, of which there may have been about the same in Fallout 3 compared to Fallout New Vegas. Certainly, if you make a game and then you remove the bottom 30% of missions because they're boring and repetitive, you will create a better memory of that game in the long run. And particularly nowadays in 2024, you just don't need games to go that long, which also highlights with the Fallout TV series how Bethesda could have evolved. They could have made a Fallout game that was a short 10-hour experience. They could have even led on the promises and the hope of a seasonal type release of Fallout games, where they would come back and maybe add another 10 hours in 6 months to a year later. But Bethesda hasn't been able to do that with Fallout 76, really, so why would they be able to do that with a brand new game? But yeah, that's definitely where I think Fallout would work better. Is you've got a TV series with at least 3 main protagonists and probably a couple of side protagonist characters. If you were to hire a third-party company to make a Fallout side game that was at most 10 hours, following more of a linear experience, following the characters from the TV show, that would probably sell like hotcakes at the moment. It might not sell that well a year after the release of the first season, but it might. Like, at this point, the only more watched show on Amazon Prime is Lord of the Rings, Rings of Power. So the Fallout TV show is the #2 most watched show on Amazon Prime. It is a massive success. Which, you know, then you start playing this game, and it's okay, but it's very old, and it's not knocking my socks off. It's not doing anything so far. Maybe we'll get a little bit deeper into the main story, and then that'll start to expand. That's usually how Bethesda games work. But yeah. I guess I'll leave it at that for this episode. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, and keep on watching. Thanks.